Welcome to the dark. I collect stories people don't want to tell. Some are real. Some should have stayed hidden.
The black beacon flashes 3 times into the night. It's a signal intended for ships sitting at the ocean bottom for over 50 years. Official records state this tower has been dead since 1971. That year, the headkeeper vanished without a trace, leading the Coast Guard to lock the doors and cut the power. Despite the lack of electricity, local fishermen report a blinding white beam sweeping across the water on the calmest nights, always when there is no wind, with no ocean waves and no moon. The black beacon follows its own dark logic, existing as a paranormal anomaly detached from the standard maritime world. The danger was first recorded in 1932, when a cargo ship named the Marrow Queen vanished in clear weather. 3 days later, a single survivor washed ashore, refusing to speak of the incident for years. On his deathbed, he finally whispered a single sentence. The ship had mistakenly answered a lighthouse that was signaling to the dead. Modern captains follow a strict set of survival rules to avoid the same fate. If a navigation vector intersects the radius of those flashes, the crew must immediately reverse course 180 degrees while maintaining radio silence. If the beam shuts off, the protocol is severe. The vessel must cut all engines and stop instantly. Sailors treat these rules as absolute law. Any vessel that interacts with the beacon signal is pulled permanently off the map. Skeptical of the folklore, a photographer named Noah Hayes traveled to the island at midnight. He intended to document the decay of the abandoned structure, ignoring every established maritime warning. He found the tower in a state of advanced rot. Shattered glass littered the floor, the doors were rusted open, and a thick layer of dust covered every interior surface. At the base of the central spiral staircase, he found a single set of fresh footprints. They were pressed clearly into the dust, leading upward into the darkness. Because the surrounding dust remained completely undisturbed, these tracks suggested the tower had been specifically prepared for Noah's arrival. Noah reached the lantern room to find the massive Fresnel lens sitting in the center. Unlike the rest of the debris-filled tower, the glass was spotless and pristine. When he moved closer, he realized the disconnected lens was radiating a steady, intense heat. The beacon suddenly ignited. A blinding white light erupted from the center of the unpowered glass, fully illuminating the ocean for miles in every direction. Below the tower, the water was suddenly crowded with hundreds of silent ships. Decaying wooden hulls sat alongside modern steel vessels, all packed together in a motionless fleet. The beacon's light acts as a bridge, revealing a hidden dimension crowded with vessels that never reached the shore. Thousands of crew members stood perfectly still on the ghost fleet's decks. Their heads tilted upward as they stared at Noah in the lantern room. In a synchronized motion, every captain in the fleet raised an arm and pointed directly at the photographer. A heavy bell rang out from the depths. Thousands of hollow voices echoed the same 2 words. "You're early." Noah fled down the spiral stairs, passing a long row of framed portraits. They showed every lighthouse keeper assigned to the island since 1819, but in the final frame, he saw a crisp, modern photograph of himself. He was standing in the lantern room, smiling at the camera, with a date written beneath it, yesterday. His image among the historical keepers confirmed that his arrival had been preordained. Noah reached the shore to find his rented boat missing. A motorless rowboat drifted toward the dock, carrying the keeper who had vanished in 1971. He looked exactly as he had 50 years earlier. The old man stepped onto the dock and handed Noah a rusted brass key. He spoke only to say it was now Noah's watch. Before his eyes, the old keeper crumbled into a splash of seawater, leaving Noah alone with the key to the tower. At dawn, rescue crews found Noah standing in the lantern room. He was unresponsive, his eyes fixed on the horizon as he dutifully operated the newly brightened lighthouse lens. The black beacon is a parasitic entity. Its warning flashes are hunting signals used to lure and trap the next eternal keeper.